Hey, on today's daily sprint, we're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning. And we've done several daily sprints on this from a few months back, read the book, Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willings. And this is something that I really try to live by, is extreme ownership and owning your part. Even if it's 1%, then you own 100% of the 1%. If it's 99%, then you own 100% of the 99%. And you don't play the victim and you don't play the blame game. So I want to kind of take some full ownership of 3 reasons why it's my fault that I caused myself to be called a piece of trash. That was one of the worst insults that I've ever had. This is kind of why I wanted to share this with you. So just some context is someone it was political things, COVID, masks, and things of that nature. And this young lady was posting her opinions on if children should wear masks or not. And I just thought it'd be a great idea. Here we're not friends. This goes into number 1 reason why it was my fault, is we're not already connected on Facebook. So I kind of just barged into her home, her rules, and then asked a question that probably she understood was going to be a question that led to a disagreement with her. The question I asked is how many children died of COVID. I was really curious. I saw some stuff that the CDC had released, and I was really curious how many children died of COVID. So that was the question that I asked. However, the first mistake that I made that's on me 100% is I was in her home. Look, don't make that mistake. Don't go on to someone else's social media and start, contradicting them and whatnot. That is their home, okay? We don't go in other people's home and then try to get in like little political jabs with them. That goes with my second mistake, all right? So me, if you do come into my home, I do like to talk those things. I love to learn. I love to share value with each other. I love to understand your point of view. You can understand my point of view. But what we should do is ask permission. So that was my second mistake, is I didn't ask permission. I just blurted out the question, all right? So think about this. I barged into her home, asked a question without asking her permission to, even discuss the matter. She was just putting her opinion out there. So that was my second reason, okay? Why I probably wasn't met with the love that I was hoping to, okay? And it makes sense. The third thing, so don't do that. Don't go into someone, if you're so compelled to go into someone's home or their social media domain, don't just get in there and go against their rules and start spouting stuff out. And 2, if you feel so compelled to do so, ask permission. Just ask permission. All right, and then number 3, because that is kind of an odd question, like how many children have died of COVID, it's kind of like, I could see how someone might see that as just an odd question or an insensitive question. Maybe you or you're listening to this and you had a child that died of COVID or something like that, and it could be like, what the heck is he even asking this for? So I could have, in context, put why I was asking the question. Okay, where was this discussion going to lead? So I think if I would have done those 3 things, I don't think that she would have been taken offense and then retaliated back at me. So if I had gone in and observed her home rules, asked permission, hey, can I ask you a question that might be contradictory or, to maybe some of your beliefs? Can I share some of my beliefs? And then I explained why I was asking the question. The trajectory of the conversation could have been totally different, and her and I could be meeting to have coffee like tomorrow, or the very least, I could have learned her point of view better and maybe even got some of my point of view. So we just understand each other as human beings. That's what it is our hearts all understanding each other and agreeing to disagree. So those are 3 things as you're getting out into this emotionally charged world of social media that you can implement right now. If you feel so called to object with someone's or share your political beliefs and it's not on your platforms, it's on theirs, observe the rules, ask permissions, and then explain why you're going to ask the question or give the statement that you're giving. Hopefully this makes sense to you. Have a great growth-driven rest of your day.